Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing a few of my designer accessories that I have had for a couple of months/years. That way we can review and see how they have held up. If you are anything like me, I need to research in YouTube videos for hours on end just to see if I can find a review of a product that I am wanting to purchase. So that is the purpose of this video today. I don't have too many luxury items to show off, but I do think that if it can benefit one person to kind of show this and make this video, then hopefully it will all be worth it. So the first item that I'm going to start, which is my first designer piece that I purchased, it is a Burberry wallet. So I bought this one on Rodeo Drive at the Burberry store. My first designer piece that I had purchased. It is an ID card case, which is what I prefer. So this one is just kind of a checkered tan wallet. The only thing with this one is it didn't take very long before it started to kind of wear like this. So I believe this is from the lining from the blue of my jeans, like whenever I pulled it out of my pockets. And I want to say that that's what this is from. And it didn't take long before this started to happen. I want to say less than a month, which is really, really kind of disappointing to me. I think this one was closer to $200, maybe a little bit under, maybe just a little bit over. But this was the first piece that I had purchased. I still cherish this one. I don't use it. It's just in my locked cabinet. The only thing I would say with Burberry is if you're gonna get something tan like this, just kind of be a little bit cautious. Definitely check the fabric too. After seeing that I did this, I did kind of regret it, and I was like, well, I mean, I should have known, you know? But, so that is my Burberry ID card case here. The second item is my first Louis Vuitton purchase that I had ever made. I bought it in Seattle at the Nordstrom in Seattle, and I wasn't particularly looking to purchase this bracelet. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it. We had gone into the store because my boyfriend, his name is Chase, because he knew that he wanted a bracelet, so we were looking for this bracelet, and they did end up having it. And so I was just kind of looking around too. So as he was making his purchase, because we were in the men's side of the store, as he was making his purchase, I was kind of lingering around the women's department and accessories, because it really hadn't crossed my mind to check out the women's accessories. But as he was checking out, I was looking at this display case, and I saw this beauty here. So this one is the Confidential bracelet. This is valued at $250. They still have it online, so you still can order this one. And when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, like that is amazing to me. It's very simple, but it still has that monogram to it, so it still has the fine Louis Vuitton detail. So I asked if I could try it on, and they said that they had two sizes. So there's a 17 and a 19. On the 17, and it like hardly fit. So I was like, do you have the 19? And fortunately they did. So they pull it out, and it's this one here. So with this, you just kind of push into that little clasp there. So you just push into that. This unlocks here, which is really nice. And then you just kind of lock that in there too. So I tried this on, and I was like, wow, this is the one, like I'm sold. So this was my first Louis Vuitton piece that I'd ever purchased. I don't wear this often. I wear it pretty much on my days off of work. So if we're going out to dinner, if we're going anywhere, this is when I would wear that. I don't particularly care if the gold matches anything else or not, because that's just how I am, and I love it. So I wear this anytime we're going somewhere. And I absolutely love it. I think it's held up so beautifully. It's been just about 2 years, and it still looks really, really decent to me. So I love this one. So if you're interested in the Confidential bracelet, and I know they have this one, they have it in red and gold, and I believe they have it in black and gold. But yeah, so this is the Confidential bracelet. It's still online, $250. So my next purchase from Louis Vuitton is my wallet. So this is the Kimono Wallet. So this is just absolutely beautiful to me. It still is. I absolutely love this one. So it's the Kimono Wallet, and it is based off of the bag that they have too. But I saw this one in the store, and I still had my Burberry wallet, so I wasn't in the market for a new wallet, but I saw this and I was like, wow, this is just insanely beautiful to me. You have the red on the inside here. This gold V is what sold me. And they also had it in black. I don't know if they still do, because I think this one is still available online, but I haven't seen it in stores for quite a while. So It was available in black as well, but the red is what sold me on it. However, this is something that I did have to think about. So we saw it in the store, and then we went to another mall, and while we were at the other mall, I just could not stop thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I think I want that wallet. Like, can we go back and get it? And so we did go back to Scottsdale Fashion Square, and I bought this wallet, and I still love it. Again, I prefer ID card cases just because I don't like big bulky things in my pockets. So this one I just carry my ID, my debit card, my Starbucks card, and my employee ID card, which is all that I really need. And so the only thing with this one is that I knew when I bought it, actually I didn't know when I bought it, but it was soon after that I realized that right here, it got a little scuff on it, and I hadn't really done much to it for it to get a scuff like that, so I kind of figured that maybe it was going to happen a little more often, and sure enough it did. I do think as much damage as could be done to it has been done to it. I'm not very rough with this. I don't scrape it against anything. I'm not entirely sure how any of these scratches got there, but again, I think whatever damage is done to it is kind of done. But so the only thing with that is just kind of be a little cautious of that. It did come with a cellophane when you bought it, like, which I pulled off immediately. But I just kind of learned to love it. It is what it is with this one. I still think it's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so this is a Kimono Wallet. Again, I think this one is $330, and it may or may not still be available online. And then my next Louis Vuitton purchase was my phone case. So I do not use this phone case anymore. It's the iPhone 7 black Folio case. It is this one here. So I bought this one in October of 2017. And after I bought my wallet, I was kind of like hooked on the Louis Vuitton train. So after I bought my wallet, I was like, well, maybe I can get a phone case. So I looked at a bunch of reviews online about this phone case, and I did see some were a little bit cautious, more so just because of like the opening and the closing of this and stuff like that, not really much about the adhesiveness to it. When I did get this, I got it in October when we went to Chicago, and at the time, because if we go on vacation, I'm like, well, you know, I kind of want to buy something nice for myself. And so my boyfriend and my mom and we went into the Louis Vuitton store, and I just wanted to see if they had it, and so I asked if they had this phone case, and they did. And this is the one I wanted in the black monogram. And so I did have to kind of think about it. I was like, okay, I know they have it. Let's go ahead and walk around town a little bit more. And then if I want it, then we'll come back. And again, it didn't take me long to realize that I did want it. So we did go back to the store. The client advisor, he stuck my phone on here for me. You read, even on the website too, it'll tell you what kind of adhesive this is and how it's almost like a 1,000 little suction cups just holding onto your phone, which is a really cool idea, and you don't really think much of it. The only thing with this is that, well, and I'll get to that in a second. He put this on, and I was like, okay, like, it's really awesome. Like, I love it. I had it for a couple of months. Oh, and again, with the phone case, too, just kind of think about how long you're going to have your phone for. Because when I got this, I had already had my phone for a year. And to me, I feel like the max life of a phone is 2 years, simply for the fact that they start to go slower afterwards. You know, things may happen to them, whatever. So to me, I feel like the max on a phone is 2 years, and I had already had my phone for a year when I got this. So I was like, $330 for one more year, like, it's kind of worth it to me, especially based off of how much I had already spent on phone cases. So I was like, why not? So I got this in October, and I want to say it was maybe May of 2018, where the glaze on top here, it was up here, and there was another piece on the side here. It was starting to come up. And I just recently read reviews about it does that because you open and close this every day, and like it's something that you're touching every single day. And so the glaze started to come up, and it wasn't too bad, but I was kind of afraid that it would continue to keep coming down, and how far would it go? So my boyfriend was like, well, maybe we can take it to the store and see what they say. And to me, I kind of am opposed to things like that, just because, you know, like, I've had it already for this long. What can I expect? No, it is what it is. And he was like, no, let's just take it to the store. And so we took it to the store, and I was told that they could reglaze it. However, there may be a service fee. And since I had the phone case for not as long, that they may waive the fee. There was like a 90% chance that the fee would be waived. So 10% chance that I would have to pay $120. And I signed the little form saying that when it came in, I would pay this if I had to. And which right after I kind of regretted, because I was like, well, I've already spent $330 on this phone case. It's already kind of having this wear to it, like it's another $120 worth it. Plus now I have to wait 3 weeks to have my phone case. My other thing was now I gotta wait these 3 weeks not knowing if I'm gonna have to spend $120 or not. So just that back and forth for the whole 3 weeks was kind of a little annoying. Anyway, so my phone case did come in. I didn't have to pay anything, which is really nice, but I wasn't actually for sure until like the client advisor was like, okay, here you go, because she did take me to the cash register. So it wasn't until she printed out the receipt and she was like, okay, you're good to go. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was really nice, you know, kind of like a sigh of relief that I didn't have to pay the $120, which was really nice, and I'm thankful for that. When I took my phone off with this phone case, it was the first time that I had taken it off with this adhesive. And even though it is stated that you can kind of re-stick it on here multiple times, like after when I got it in, I had her put it back on here for me, and it was good. Like it was maybe good for another few months, and it wasn't until like October that it started to come up. So it was the first time that like it had come up by itself. Like you could kind of see too that this bends back here, so this part here doesn't really stick as well. And then down here, like for whatever reason, this comes up here. So it kind of like folds back here. So more and more as it kept doing that, this piece on my phone wasn't sticking to the phone case. So so eventually like my phone just kind of came off. And I was like, oh, okay, well that's kind of sucks. But I cleaned this like you're supposed to. You're supposed to clean it with a wet microfiber cloth and then let it sit for 10 minutes. And so I did that, and then I stuck my phone back to it, and it was good for maybe a couple of weeks, but then it started to do the same thing. And now anytime I clean this with a microfiber cloth and let it sit, like my phone will only stay on here for not even a day. I mean, I knew I've had this for a year, so it did what I wanted it to for the year, which is really nice. And I still love it. Like it's just so beautiful to me. Like just the black monogram is just so nice to me. However, just kind of be cautious with the Folio cases, just because this, like, that's what it's gonna do. After it comes off the one time, there probably is a chance that you'll get it back on there and it's not gonna fall off as easily, but how many times until it does start to do that? So again, just kind of be cautious with that. It does have this little flap here. I've never put anything in here. This just simply held my phone. And in this flap too. I didn't put anything in here just because it doesn't, I feel like it's gonna make an imprint right here, so I never put anything in this. But yeah, so just be cautious with these. These ones, again, I think it's $330. To me, it did what I wanted it to, so this was worth it for me. My next thing that I'm going to show you is, so this one, so I bought that in October in Chicago, and then so in November of that same year, so 2017, my boyfriend Chase was coming out here for a job interview, so obviously I came with him. So when we came out here, we went into the Louis Vuitton store in Scottsdale, and I saw this necklace. So this is just, I believe it's just a multi-LV plate necklace. This one I did have to order online though, because even though I saw it in the store, again, I wasn't ready to kind of spend almost $500 on it. So this is what it looks like. This one I love though, it's so beautiful to me. So it's in the shape of a razor blade, and then it just has the LV going down on it, which is just amazing. When I saw it, I was like, oh wow, that is so beautiful. And he was in his interview at the time, so I texted him and I was like, oh my god, I want this. And he was like, no, like don't buy it yet, like just kind of be a little, like, you know. And I was like, fine. But this is what it looks like. I absolutely love this one. This was kind of scary ordering it though, because it was almost $500 that I'm having like an item just sent through the mail to my house. And I do think that they just, whatever carrier it was, I do think that it was just kind of sat on my front porch. So just, again, if you order from online, just kind of be a little wary of that. But I love this. Same thing with my bracelet. I only wear these on my days off when we're going out, when we're going anywhere. So I don't get to wear them too often. But which is pretty nice though, because it does kind of save save the condition of it. That is my necklace here. Again, I love this one. So the hard thing with Louis Vuitton stores and their accessories is that they don't ever have too many, especially for the men. There's probably ever only one necklace in the case, and it's never the one you want. So I'm always looking online to see if there's something new. So those are it for my accessories. My most recent purchase is going to be my bag here. So just a little backstory. So I fully do and still want a cosmetic pouch. So I want a cosmetic pouch, not because I have a whole bunch of makeup, but again, just because I want things that you can have and see every single day. And if you wear makeup, like, you're gonna touch your makeup bag every single day. Or if you're going on vacation, like, it's something easy to just put all of your stuff in. You have this Louis Vuitton bag that you just throw in your other bags, and you know, everything is really nice in there. So the reason that got me onto wanting a bag though is because my boyfriend had bought a Gucci bag, and I'll show that in the next video. But he bought a Gucci bag that you can carry around with you every single day, and I was like, oh, like he takes it with him, like when we go to stores and stuff. And so that got me onto like the whole bag train, and that's when I started thinking about the cosmetic bag. So going into Louis Vuitton one day, like, that's fully what I wanted, was a cosmetic pouch, and I think they're $330 too. And so when I went in though, we had seen this bag here. So this one is also considered a cosmetic pouch. So it's just this beautiful cherry red, has the monogram on it. And so when we saw this one, I was like, oh wow, like, I really like this bag too, and now I don't know what to do. Because if I got this one, then this was going to be like an everyday bag to me and not a cosmetic bag. I think this one's $520. And again, so I had to think about it. So we left the store, and then like 5 minutes later we were like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And that's my problem, is I need to stop doing that. Because I work in retail too, so I know what it's like when somebody comes into a store and doesn't buy anything, and anyway. So we did go back into the store, and I bought this, and I was kind of like, well, maybe I want it as my cosmetic bag, but like deep down inside, I knew I wanted it as my everyday bag, and now that's what it is. And so I do just kind of carry it around as a little clutch like this, or if I'm walking, I carry it under my arm like this, which I like doing it like this, especially if I have like my Starbucks drink or whatever else in my hands. So I love kind of carrying it like this, but it's really nice when you can carry it like this too. So this is just really beautiful to me. This one, so it does hold my wallet in here. There's this little pouch. I'll show you back here. So there's this little flap here. When I first got it, I used the cloth that it came with, and I put it in there because I was like, oh, I can just kind of clean this whenever I need to. And it fit perfectly in there. So then eventually I just ended up putting this here, which I'm kind of thinking that that's what it's made for now, and I'm not entirely too sure, but it fits perfectly, so I'm like, well, that's probably what it was made for. So the other things that I carry in here are my headphones. So my headphones are usually in here, that way I can listen to music on my break at work. And then I don't carry too much else, so I just have like my little lotion here. I have 2 lip glosses, 2 lip balms here. So I have my YSL lip balm here. This one has glitter in it, so I don't put this on all the time, but you know, when I want that little pizzazz, this is it. And then my newest, so this I'm obsessed with. It's Milk Makeup, so this is their Kush lip balm. So this one I saw because it was on Jeffree Star's Instagram, and he had it. And I was like, oh, like, I wonder if Sephora has that at ours, but I hadn't gone into Sephora for a couple of months. And so finally, like, I did see that they had this one, so it's called the Green Dragon. It's just really nice lip balm. And the reason I like it, and it's really kind of silly, the reason I love it, though, is because it's heavy. So for whatever reason, it just feels really heavy, and it has a magnet here that will kind of snap into this. I don't know if you can hear that. It's just so nice. Like, it's just so nice as like a lip balm, especially that little click there. I don't know, I love it. So so that's what I carry in here, and then I have my Fenty Beauty blotting papers, so I carry that in here too because I can get oily sometimes. And so those are in my bag, and then of course my phone. And so So yeah, so this is my newest purchase. Again, I think this one was 500. I still do want the cosmetic pouch, the leather, the brown leather monogrammed one for my cosmetics, but this one I think is just so nice. It's just an everyday kind of bag to carry around. Um, so even if you want like the leather cosmetic bag though as an everyday bag, like that one I still think would be super awesome too to just kind of carry around everywhere with you. But this is just it's just beauty to me. So that is it as far as my Louis Vuitton accessories and items that I have. I don't have too many other designer items. I have my Gucci ring that I wear every day. This one I do wear every day. So this is the little Gucci ring. So I bought matching sets for myself and my boyfriend for Christmas one year, which I do kind of feel a little guilty about just because I was like, oh, here's your Christmas present, and he opens it and he sees what it is, and I was like, oh, and here's mine too, I bought one for myself. So I kind of feel a little selfish in that aspect, but whatever, now we have matching rings. So I love this one. This one I wear every day. It's really nice. It's just kind of like an industrial look, and it says made in Italy here. So yeah, and this one I think these are 180. And oh, I haven't even shown this one. So Chase got this for me for my birthday this last year, and when we went into Seattle, the Nordstrom in Seattle, it was when they had first launched, or they had just started launching the perfumes. And so the client advisor there was showing us all of them, and there were three that really stood out to me, but this is the one that I knew that I loved. So this one is the Apogee. So this one is it's just such a nice fragrance. This one has the lily of the valley in it. There's jasmine, there's magnolia. It is just such a nice fragrance. It's even though it has all of these florals in it, it doesn't smell floral. It's just so nice. It's just something that's it's just a very luxurious, like elegant, nice scent that reminds you of the Louis Vuitton store. There's this one and there's another one that smell like Louis Vuitton to me. Like those are the fragrances that just smell like Louis Vuitton. So I got this one for my birthday. This one is the 3.4 ounce bottle. This one retails at $250. The cool thing about these though is that once this is gone, you can take it back into the store and get it refilled for just another $150. So it's still kind of pricey, but not as much as the first time around. And they do make these in little travel size bottles, which I for sure want to because it has a little like Louis Vuitton black little spray thing. Like it's just so nice, like that you can carry with you. So this is just one of many that I hope to eventually start getting. I just have to save up for them. But yeah, so those are my Louis Vuitton items. I have my Gucci ring, and then the last two things. So this one I kind of had to talk Chase into getting. So when we got our dog, she was a puppy when we first got her, and we bought her collar the first night that we got her. So as she started to grow older, we knew she was going to need a new collar. So I want to say in maybe July, sometime last year, middle of last year, we were in the market for a new collar for her, and as I scroll through all of these things on all these different designer websites, I could see so many different things, and I found pet collars. The one that I really liked though was from Tiffany. So I kind of had to talk him into wanting or the possibility of getting a Tiffany dog collar. But I was like, the color would just look so nice on her fur. Like that Tiffany blue is just going to be so beautiful. And when you think about it, it's going to be the last collar that she has. You know, because if she doesn't grow anymore, like it should be the last collar that she should ever have. And so it didn't take me long actually to talk him into it. So we went into the store and we were like, this is what we want. And so, Cardi, do you want to show off your collar? So this is Cardi. She is a Pomeranian Bichon, and this is the Tiffany collar here. So, just so nice. I think the Tiffany goes amazing with her color of fur. The only thing with this one though too is that underneath where you clasp it, there's a black line there, which is, I mean, you don't notice it unless you take it off, but it is kind of ugly. But there's just like a black like wear and tear line there, but anyway, so this is Cardi, her full name Cartier Darling, just, you know, based off of Cartier, because she's our forever dog. And then the last thing I just got yesterday, which is actually the reason I was in the mall yesterday, and because I worked there and it was my day off, and I wouldn't have gone unless it was for this reason. So on Thursday, though, after work, we were looking for outfits for the Kelly Clarkson concert that happened on Friday, so I only had one day to find something. I didn't find anything, but Chase wanted a Burberry shirt. And so we go into the Burberry store, and immediately in the first display case, I see this beautiful phone case. And so it's just a checkered phone case, like a Burberry checkered phone case. And I was like, ooh, how much is that? And so the advisor there was like, oh, that's $190. And I was like, oh, well, that's not bad, especially considering $330 for the Louis case that I don't even use anymore. Plus, I didn't really know that they had phone cases that were that inexpensive, or kind of inexpensive. And so, so I tried it on, but then I was like, you know what, like, it's already been 2.5 years since I've had this phone. My thinking is that 2 years is max, and, you know, so if I spend $190 on a phone case right now, like, for how long? And so I politely was just like, oh, you know what, like, thank you, but no thanks, like, you know. And so, but when I got home that night, myself, me being me, I Googled, or I went to Burberry's website and I looked at to see what other phone cases they did have. And so I found this one, and this one was only $95. And it is an iPhone 8 case, but again, they fit the 7. And it looks just like the one that I saw in stores, except it doesn't have the rainbow. And obviously the rainbow is what caught my attention here, and the price point. But, so the one that they had in store looked just like this without the rainbow, except it was just a little, it was kind of a little darker in contrast. But, so this one I ordered on Thursday night, and it was shipped to the store on Saturday. And that's what also got me, is that it was free shipped to store. So I ordered it Thursday night, it got shipped to the store on Friday, or it was sent out on Friday, and it was there on Saturday. And I only did it because I would have been afraid to have something sent to my apartment, because we get stuff lost all the time. And so, so as soon as I saw that, I was like, ooh, that's a done deal. And then I went into the store yesterday, and that same gentleman was there, and I was like, oh, hey, like, so I actually ended up ordering a phone case online. And he was like, oh, is it here? And I was like, yeah, I got the email today. And he was like, oh yeah, let me go get it for you. And so I did kind of feel bad, because he did help me that night, and I'm sure they probably work on commission, so I kind of felt a little bad and guilty because I ordered it online and he missed out on the commission. But so he went to go grab my phone case, and he brought it back out, and I was like, yeah, like, I saw this one online, it was half the price, plus like the rainbow on it, like, how could you not? So that is the most recent thing that I purchased. This blue is just beautiful, and when it's on, like, you see the outline of the blue here, like when it's on your phone. So yeah, so that's the last thing that I have purchased, and that was yesterday, or 2 nights ago. But again, so the purpose of this video is just to kind of show off some of the things that I have, you know, just cause. And also, if somebody else is looking for something that I may have, like, now you get to see it on somebody, or like in a video, you can kind of see it more than just what's on a computer screen. And that's what's kind of sad though too, is because before I moved here, before I started working at Scottsdale Fashion Square, you know, like, all you see is what's online, and most of the time, or some of the times, the things look completely different. So it is harder, because you don't want to spend so much money on something that you are not sure of what it's going to look like, and you don't want to have the hassle of returning it if you can't make it to a store. And especially luxury stores like that, they're not in every single state, and they're not in every single, you know, mall. So it is a little bit harder. So that's the purpose of this, and that's the purpose of the videos that I want to make, is just to kind of review things, because again, if you're anything like me, I need to know what I'm buying before I buy it. So my next video is going to be my boyfriend's designer items, and he has plenty more than I do, and so I can show off some of those things as well. And then just kind of go from there as to what else I can kind of review or do for everybody. So we'll just kind of see. But if you've made it through this video, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed it, and I will get to make more for you. Hopefully you love my little animals just kind of crawling around everywhere here. And that is it. So thank you so much again. You can follow me on Instagram at xxstevenhenry. I don't post too much on there, but I'm hopefully going to change that soon, just because why not? If I have time to do stuff, then why not do it? So that is me, and I will see you in the next one, and have a great day.